And welcome back to Let's Play Devil Survivor Overclocked. Off-screen, I did the skill gathering that I needed to do from the free battles, and along the way, managed to reach level 15 with myself. So we have access to a ton of really good new demons now, and I want to go over them briefly because a lot of them are pretty important. If you're not super interested in hearing about this, then I'd recommend just skipping ahead in the video a little bit. Anyway, starting it out, we've got access to Snake Makara, who is available at level 14. He's not too special on his own, but the really good thing about Snake-type demons is their racial skill, Constrict. Now, the primary effect of the skill is to reduce the movement of an adjacent enemy team to 1. This is pretty situational, but I have found a couple situations where this can be put to work. The main advantage of it over the bind skill from Jaki demons is that this can be used on summon. Because bind is a command type skill, Jaki demons cannot use it as soon as they're brought out of the comp, but Constrict on the other hand works just fine. However, the reason this is a really good racial skill is because of that second property right there, defend priority. What this means is that when enemies are attacking you and you're on the defensive in a skirmish, you get a plus 10 to your initiative, not only nullifying the enemy's initiative, but giving yourself the initiative in the encounter. This is very good and can be used on highly specialized offensive parties to hold down a specific area and just slaughter incoming enemy teams. So always be mindful of this option if you have it. The next demon we've got, of course, is the series mascot, Jack Frost, Hee-Ho, and all that. As you can see, he's kind of set up to be a dedicated ice caster, and also one of our first access to the anti-curse passive, which is pretty useful. He's not anything too special with how I fused him. I did make sure to get him as much magic as possible. He'll definitely start to come into his own once he gets access to Ice Dance, but with that 57 MP there, he's not going to have too much longevity when it comes to casting. Still, a pretty useful attacker at this point, especially because of his relatively high level, so we will definitely see some use coming out of him, because there's a lot of ice-weak enemies to deal with today. Next up is Divine Angel. Again, not a terribly special demon, her stats are fairly balanced, but again, like Makara, she has a very good racial skill, Bloodwine. This trades some of the Angel's HP to restore MP to everyone in the party, so it restores about 12 MP, and at this point that's not super significant, but it will give us a decent amount of extension on our skills here. Another demon, or another couple demons I want to go over. We've got Megami Sarsvati here. She is our first Megami-type demon. Technically, we could have fused her earlier because she's only level 12, but we actually lacked the demons to fuse her at the time, so she just now became available to me. But Megami demons have an amazing race skill in Affection. It is a 4-range healing skill that is stronger than Dia. It's about a mid-tier healing spell, and it cures all ailments. This is one of the best healing skills in the game, and Megamis are super worth it for it. It also helps that, as you can see, they have sky-high magic stats, so they are extremely potent casters and extremely potent fusion material for future casters, so always keep them in mind. I also made sure to get 2 Harry Jacks, and another demon that we have available to us at this point is Lilim, the next tier of Fem demons, which if you can fuse her with good magic, I'd highly recommend doing so, but that's going to have to wait a little bit because I don't exactly have good components for it. Starting things out, one scene that I want to see is in Omotesando. Let's just go over here and make sure we have stock of all our scenes. So we got one scene in Kanagi-cho, we got a scene with Yuzu in Shibuya, as well as the highway off-ramp. We got Jin and Kaido to check out, and then the Omotesando scene. At this point, we're going to start seeing mutually exclusive scenes, or rather, scenes that we cannot see with the amount of time we have allotted before the game progresses. So I'll definitely be making more use of save states going forward, but I want to get all these scenes that I think result in the most interesting events happening first.
Oh, hey there.
Huh? Can I help you?
Do you kids know Haru?
Well, we've talked to her a few times. Who are you?
Well, I saw her street show yesterday, and I must say, it was deeply moving. Even through that pocket amp, her singing was breathtaking. I work for a record label, and I'd really like to speak with her. Could you introduce me?
No way! Haru's going to hit the big time?
I called my boss, and he said he definitely wants to sign her. I just need to find her.
I'm smelling something a little suspicious about that. And wait a second, did you say that you just called your boss?
He's right. That was a total lie.
What did you say, you little... What makes you think I'm lying?
Well, we could put it on to Atsuro, but we've already figured it out, so let's just cut down to the nitty-gritty.
Huh?
You heard him. You say you saw Haru's show and then called your boss?
So what?
You still don't get it? We're supposed to believe you used your cell in the lockdown?
Huh? No, that's right. I got the date wrong.
She was using her pocket amp because the power was out. But keep trying.
I'll remember this, you little brats.
Hey, he ran away! Get back here, you...
Stop, Yoo-hoo. We shouldn't chase him too far.
Who was that guy? What did he want with Haru?
I don't know, but he may be up to something. We should warn Haru if we get a chance.
What exactly could that guy want with her, though? As you can see, the Yuzu event has closed to us, but we'll check that out later. Right now, let's check out the Jin and Kaido event. You see Jin and Kaido talking in Omotesando.
It's really amazing. I just happened to find it.
So this is that thing. Then what that one customer left behind must also be.
You notice that Kaido is holding a comp.
Jin? What's the matter?
Never mind, it's nothing.
Okay. Well, I'm meeting up with the guys and the demons, so excuse me.
Huh, interesting. Looks like Kaido has gotten access to his own comp. Didn't realize he had a friendship with Jin. We actually don't see those two interact too often in the story. In fact, this is one of the only times I can think of offhand where they actually do. So that's kind of interesting, but nothing too special there. Next up is an event in Kanagi-cho. A cargo container sits in the street. People are swarming over it.
Well, what do you want? This food's mine! Go get your own!
You look inside the container and see piles of rations and other relief goods. According to the other people, an SDF helicopter dropped this container here and flew away. You and Atsuro hurried over to get food.
We got some water and rations. It's dull, but we'll make it through tomorrow. But man, don't they usually distribute this stuff to people themselves? This is like throwing a handful of food into an animal's cage.
Yeah, that's kind of worrying. Like, what could their possible reason be for just airdropping it? This definitely strengthens the idea that the government knows full well about the real circumstances surrounding the, or rather within the Yamanote Circle.
I've got a bad feeling about all this too.
Huh? About what?
The lockdown around the Yamanote Circle was so fast. The cordon was set up by the self-defense force, not the police. And the way they dropped off relief aid? The government's not rescuing us anytime soon.
No way. What's going to happen to us then?
I'm afraid, I can see the writing on the wall here. The government probably...
Don't say that! Well, in any case, let's keep looking somewhere else.
Yeah, that whole situation's pretty concerning, though. Next up, we have the highway off-ramp. Did these change? No, these are the same. I'm getting a little paranoid there. Checking out the highway off-ramp here. As you approach the highway, you meet a group of people coming down the ramp.
Are you trying to use the road to get past the Yamanote line? It's no use. It's blocked. That's interesting. Are you kids playing games even at a time like this?
The man seems to be staring at your comp. Absolutely. I'm playing this little game called Devil Survivor Overclocked. Perhaps you've heard of it.
I see. Well, there isn't much else to do. I'm Yasuyuki Honda. We're all locked up in here, so let's try and help each other out. If we run into each other again, let's share whatever we found out.
The man calling himself Honda walked off. And that sounds like a...
I was hoping we could get out. But I should have guessed it wouldn't be that easy. At least we found out before we went all the way up there. We have to find another way.
What other ways out could there be?
Let's gather some information and see what we can find.
I guess that's what we're down to.
Alright, so after that, a whole slew of new events opens up for us, as well as a battle. Now, generally speaking, for optimizing your time usage, you should always tackle battles first, but before we progress with doing the battle for this time block, let's wind the clock back a little bit and see that Yuzu event that we missed. Okay, so I wound the clock back, and I found out that the Yuzu event was actually just the one that we had mutually exclusive with Atsuro yesterday that we'd just passed on watching, so there's no reason to wind the clock back to look at it, so that's kind of interesting. Anyways, let's go into the Tokyo Tower battle and get that taken care of first, because there is some very good rewards we can get for doing this right away. Well, okay, not specifically from doing it right away, but I want to get the skills available here as soon as possible and set up my team going forward for the rest of the day.
So this is a comp, eh? Talk about a good find.
Isn't it? Imagine all the dirty work we can make the demons do for us. It's hilarious.
Listen up, guys. Find us some more of these things. Check out those evacuation sites and grab as many as you can.
Whoa, they're total gangsters. How did they get a hold of a comp?
It's so obvious they're up to no good with those comps.
Damn, I knew there'd be people who'd take advantage of the comps, but they're the worst.
What should we do? They look pretty scary. Maybe we should leave them alone?
I don't think that's a good idea. Who knows what these guys will get up to if we leave them be?
What? Are you serious? We're gonna fight them?
Huh? What are you looking at, punks? Oh, you got comps. Hey, mind if we take a look at them?
Don't worry. We'll give them right back, all right?
What are we gonna do?
He said to take him on, and that's the right idea. I'm getting pissed off here.
Alright, time for our first battle against other demon tamers. And since we're battling against other demon tamers, something unique is available to us here. We can crack auto skills. So our options available to us are Hustle, Marksman, and not an auto skill, just a passive, plus Poison, which allows our physical attacks to poison demons on occasion. Not super useful, but let me take a look at this right here. I want to set myself up to crack Marksman. Let me see, Hustle right here. I'll set that to Yuzu. And what's his, what's plus Poison tied to? Tied to those Hairy Jacks. Let me just think about this for a little bit. I'm gonna do my preparations and see if I can't contrive a way to take out both of those, so give me a moment. Alright, I set my team up just the way I wanted to, and I reversed the order. I'm going to crack plus Poison.
Hey, kids. Be good and leave your comps here. You don't want to get hurt, do you?
Yeah, right. What do you want them for anyway?
You've got guts for a kid your age, but you better give up while I'm being nice.
I'd never hand over my comp to guys like you.
Well said, Yuzu, well said. Let's take a look at the guys we got here. Alright, these guys are weak to ice. This guy, also weak to ice. He's also got a Dragon Tobu, so he can attack from range of 2. So I want to be mindful of where I position myself. Alright, I think I can handle this. We'll have Yuzu start out. I decided the best way to approach the guy on the right with Marksman is to make sure that he just approaches myself, and I can take out the Hairy Jacks.
I'm gonna bury you alive.
Yeah, whatever. I'm gonna take that comp away from you.
And then I can have Atsuro clean up the guy afterwards. I've also equipped Atsuro with Race O, since that'll give him a 50% bonus to the damage he deals to human enemies. He's the only character who can use that at the moment. Well, I think Yuzu might be able to use it, but Atsuro's the only one who can really use it effectively right now. Or rather, he gets the most out of it because of his forced physical specialization at the moment. There we go. As you can see, Yuzu is starting to become quite formidable with her high magic and the power of Ice Dance at her disposal. And because we have Angel with us, we can get some of our MP back after this engage. I've also set Sarasvati.
You haven't seen the last of me.
You destroyed the comp. I also set Sarasvati and Makara to my own team so that I have the advantage on the defense, and I will be able to level up Sarasvati in the process, or get her some experience at least. Alright, so this guy's gonna move in. Alright, I'm not too concerned about that.
Kid, you know what's good for you. You'll give me that comp right now.
I'm not too concerned about that because the evil wave skill of the demon... Why did I stay silent that whole time? Now that I think about it, I wasn't planning to edit that out. I'm not too concerned about that because the evil wave skill that those dragon demons have... Let me see. Yeah, unfortunately I have to hold position to let that guy come in. But the evil wave skill that those dragon demons bestow upon the character, they don't get any extra turns from it. And also, they get extra, what is it, turn delay from attacking. So it is definitely not a lateral gain for them. I'm going to have myself and Sarasvati just wipe out the Harry Jacks first things first. And then we'll leave the guy alone. It's actually not a big deal at all that Makara got poisoned there, for reasons that I'll show after, once our turn rolls back around. And we'll just have Sarasvati guard here. Yeah, I'm losing my train of thought all over the place right now. Okay, get that there. And we've been poisoned. You will take damage for every action, but you will not die. Recovers over time or by cure. I forget if it works this way in this game, but in Devil Survivor 2, it also halves the output of your physical damage, which is pretty nasty. I don't know...
You looking at, kid? I'm gonna kill you.
Ha! That's not gonna happen. Just hand over those comps.
I don't know if that's the case in this game. I'm not overly concerned about it right now, if it is, but it's actually super fortunate that we're going to be getting Anger Hit, or not Anger Hit, Marksman here, because that actually gives a 100% accuracy to all physical attacks, including Anger Hit. So now we have the ability to roll guaranteed critical hits, and you better bet that I'm going to try and get that onto every demon that I'm going to be putting on Atsuro's team.
All right, here, take it.
Lots of dialogue here. Let me see. I better give a quick charm boost over here to myself, just to make sure. Let me see here. Yuzu's a little far away from the guy with Hustle. Yeah, I won't be able to reach him, but let me, Do I have a... crud, I can't check my comp without actually going into it. Okay, this is might be a little silly. Let me remove Garm for a second. And I want to summon up... Do I have a Moshu? I'm pretty sure I bought one? Nah. Okay, that's not a huge deal. Let's just bring in Jambavan. This will allow me to get over that barricade there. And I'll act sooner. Alright. Now that my turn's coming around, let me show off Sarasvati's insanely useful Affection skill here. It's very costly for MP, but the effects are amazing. Huge healing, and it cures ailments, and it reaches up to 4 spaces away. Super good, super good. Alright, let's take this guy down a peg. We're going to want to make sure we leave him alive so that Yuzu can clean up and take a Hustle there. It was actually probably not the best move to take... Garm out of Yuzu's party, but I didn't have a Moshibu like I should have bought, honestly. I really should have just bought a weak one that would allow me to fly, get that extra move there, but it's not a huge deal. As long as we leave this guy alive, it's not a big problem. Let's just do some standard physical strikes here, tear through the Tobiu and take it out of the picture. Okay, we weren't able to do enough there. That's something that Atsuro is just going to have to clean up for us, if he gets a chance to. Not too concerned about this guy. Heket is a really weak demon, actually. It is ice immune, so that means I have to go with a different attack with Yuzu to actually hurt it, but not anything I'm overly concerned about. Also, Elect Strong. Bit unfortunate, bit unfortunate. Let me see here. We'll use Agi here to do some extra damage with Jambavan. Yuzu's turn should come back around pretty quickly with her... Oh, nice. Got the silence there. But yeah, Yuzu's turn should come back around pretty quickly with... the halved movement penalty for Jambavan. Let me see here. Just trying to think about who would be the most effective here. Oh, never mind. It happens, it happens. I'm not overly concerned about this, guys. These fights, this early fight is not that difficult. I did approach this a little poorly because I didn't go in with quite the right demons, but it's not a big deal overall. It's actually kind of fortuitous that he moved like that, allow me to get a Yuzu closer. What I really should have done is gotten a Tobio for myself, because it's not a super effective thing to have all the time, but for situations like this, it can be pretty handy. Okay, so we just have to move in. Fortunately, see right there that the delay penalty from moving is just so heavily reduced. Yuzu will be able to go again and finish this guy off with no problem. Okay. I'm not going to be able to reach that guy just quite. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to come over here, and we're just going to top off ourselves. I'm going to let that guy with the green jacket just approach Atsuro, and he can defeat him on the counter-offensive. Let's actually want to make sure the guy with the pink jacket doesn't close in on Yuzu here. And let's take out this guy. We can just use an Ice Dance to take out the Tobio and deal heavy damage to this guy. Alright, throw out Ice Dance, throw out a Bufu here, and Jambavan can just do an attack. He's got pretty good strength, so that's probably the best thing you can hope to do. Hustle is not a super good auto skill. What it does is that it gives you 25% bonus to your accuracy and 25% bonus to your evasion. But that latter one isn't that useful because, well, only physical attacks can be evaded. Magic attacks will always hit. Definitely not going to set this to Yuzu. It's kind of...
You. I'll remember your face.
You've destroyed the comp. I'm definitely not going to bother putting it on Yuzu. It's kind of an awkward hybrid between Marksman and Tailwind, but I don't feel like it contains the better attributes of either. The reason Marksman is so good is because of the guaranteed hits it gives you. Okay, so just taking stock of what this guy has so I know how to approach this fight. And we want to do Elect Dance here, be the most effective. It would have been nice if Sarasvati was able to level up and get access to Force Dance. Very strong skill at this point in the game. Well, not any more so than the other dance skills available to us, but you know what I mean. Will this guy actually die? Not that it really matters if he survives, he's not that strong. Ah, just barely. Makara was able to finish off that Kikimora, we would have been able to redirect the follow-up attack to the center guy and just take him out that way. Alright, Atsuro's got this no problem. Alright, with Race O and perfectly accurate anger hit, Atsuro actually nailed that guy for...
Ouch! This is dumb! I don't need this piece of crap.
You destroyed the comp, but he nailed that guy for a 100 damage critical hit with anger hit, so really good stuff there. Unfortunately, Yuzu's not going to really be able to move at all, so let's just use Bloodwine for the heck of it. There we go. See, 10 MP back, so gets us not quite halfway back to using Elect Dance again, or Ice Dance rather. Alright. Sorry my commentary's a little messy here. I didn't think too hard about how I was going to approach this. I wasn't expecting the poison plus poison to have to crack.
They're too strong!
You destroyed the comp. There we go. Victory goes to the good guys. And, oh, she already leveled up. I was going to say this bonus experience will allow Sarasvati to level up.
That was scary. I couldn't have done it without my comp.
Me either. I'm just glad there weren't very many of them.
Yeah, this is a bit of a bad sign. I have a feeling we're going to be seeing more malicious demon tamers out there going forward.
Yeah, you're right. This is only gonna get uglier. What would happen if people started using comps for the wrong reasons?
Well, I don't know. I guess things would get worse. It seems like a no-duh thing to say, but yeah.
You're right. If someone found power like this, they'd be tempted to use it for evil.
We'll see more and more people abuse the comps. Damn it!
If comps are used for crime, the police will be helpless. Or will they use comps too?
I doubt the police would go that far, but yeah, I don't like where things are headed. Problem is, we don't know where the comps are coming from.
We got ours from Naoya, but I wonder if someone else is passing them out. Why are they doing it?
What about to destroy the world?
Destroy the world, huh? But what's their plan after it's destroyed then?
I guess there's no way of knowing.
Well, only thing to do is speculate. I do think it's kind of doubtful that someone's looking to make money. I don't really know what value money has in a lockdown, but with that taken care of, we now have a bunch of interesting new scenes to see. First off, a couple of mysterious women that we haven't seen before, and a scene in the park, plus Kaido and Honda having a conversation, and an event with Yuzu, and an event in Shiba Park. Man, there is a lot to do here, but we're not going to be able to see all of it. Let's do a couple of events here. Let's see. We'll start with the mystery women, so let me just make a quick backup save here. There we go, and let's see who this lady is.
Hey, can I borrow you 3 kids for a second?
The woman introduces herself as Shoji, a journalist.
I'm going around investigating this Tokyo lockdown so I can write an article about it. Oh, I'm just calling it the Tokyo lockdown for lack of a better term. Anyway, I wanted to ask you some questions, if it's all right with you.
Sure, go ahead. I mean, we're not in a particularly big hurry right now.
Thanks. Everyone is so busy with themselves, no one's willing to be interviewed.
I'm not surprised. Even if they're interviewed, it can't be broadcast with no power.
That's not the point. This lockdown is an act of insanity that robs us of our rights. And I also have a secret plan to get outside the cordon.
You have a plan? Are you serious?
Only if you'll answer my questions. Let's start with the basic stuff. Where did you sleep yesterday? That is, what kind of place did you spend the night in?
Well, we could lie, but let's be helpful to her. Let's tell the truth and say that we slept outside in a park.
I see. Did anything trouble you while you were there?
Do I only have to pick one? Probably the lack of electricity. Considering the situation with our comps, if we aren't able to charge them, that could be a disaster.
No power, huh? I'm not surprised that bothers kids your age, with your gizmos. Well then, here's the last question. How long do you think this lockdown will last?
Well, we do have, I'm just seeing a little number here that kind of tells me a certain point, but I don't think she'd believe me if I said that outright, so let's just be as honest as we could be, assuming we didn't know about the death clocks.
I see. That's only natural. I mean, like, duh, Shoji, right? Thanks. Your responses will help me in my article. I don't know exactly how many people are trapped, but it's in the hundreds of thousands. Even then, the government has taken almost no action in response to this situation. This is completely absurd. Japan is supposed to be a land of democracy. Once this lockdown is lifted, I'm going to investigate what happened and tell the world.
Good luck. We'll be cheering for you. In any case, what's this secret plan of yours to get out? Do you really have one?
Yes. Have you heard this? Apparently, the city highway connects to the subway.
Now that's interesting, and we haven't heard about that yet.
The highway's elevated, right? How can it connect to the subway?
A part of it runs underground by the state guest house. It's called the Akasaka Tunnel. I hear there's a byroad which normal vehicles aren't allowed in that connects to a subway. I'm going to keep up with my report. If you find some way out of here, let me know.
All right, thank you so much for your help, but before you go, let me ask a question of my own.
I'm not certain yet, but I've heard a rumor that it's to keep monsters from escaping. I don't know about that, though. I think it might just be a groundless rumor.
In any case, I'm surprised that nobody started to panic yet.
It's because people were given reasonable explanations, even if they were lies. Poison gas seeped out, so everyone has to stay away. An underground explosion cut the power lines. Everyone must stay calm until everything has been deemed safe. Stuff we see in disaster films rarely happens. In some cases, you may end up being too late.
Huh? Too late?
First of all, have you ever thought about why people begin to panic?
There's a number of reasons, but usually in lack of a better explanation, people have a tendency to invent their own.
Indeed. They immediately assume the worst case. Why then do you think that people panic when they imagine the worst?
Well, what else do they know at that point?
I'm surprised you know that. You're right. Panic occurs when people lack information and imagine the worst-case scenario. Thus, panic can be controlled by giving people information, even if it is incorrect.
What kind of information are you implying here?
This current method of panic control has to be carried out according to a careful plan. Yesterday's announcement about poisonous gas said that the gas's source was unknown. Today, they've updated their reports to say that the gas is flammable. These updates are important. They make people think there's progress in the situation and not consider the worst case. Sensible people may doubt the updates, but a communication freeze keeps them in check. So everybody waits for rescue. By the time the truth comes to light, it'll be too late.
I have to admit, she makes a pretty compelling argument there. That is definitely possible.
Yes, people who have no way to protect themselves will surely panic then. Maybe as early as tomorrow. 2 days at most. That's when I expect it to hit the fan. When that happens, it'll be pure chaos in the streets.
What? Seriously?
Can that be right? Sometime after tomorrow, people will start rioting?
The people will finally break under everything they've endured. Society will crumble, and it'll turn to violence. That's what's going to happen if this lockdown continues. I honestly hope that won't be the case, though. Well, let's be sure to meet again, okay?
She walks away.
Damn, a riot as early as tomorrow? If that happens, we'll have to protect ourselves from demons and from other people too.
Yeah, you're right.
Still, considering that Shoji said the Tokyo lockdown was so monsters couldn't escape.
They know. So, looks like what Shoji has discovered is lining up with what we've already figured.
That would make sense. I agree with you.
If that's the case, there's no chance of this lockdown ending if we sit around. We should go see if Shoji was right about that tunnel from the highway then, right? If all goes well, we might be able to escape from this blockade, you know?
You're right. If there's the slightest chance of success, we have to try it.
So, talking to Shoji there has given us access to the Akasaka Tunnel battle. If you have been advancing events, or checking out other things, Shoji's event is a mandatory one that you need to see in order to unlock the Akasaka Tunnel. Anytime that you advance enough time without seeing the proper events, all other events will be removed from your choice of selection. That does not necessarily mean those events are permanently gone for the remainder of the day. It just means you're not able to access them until you've seen all of the critical events. Let's do a couple more events here, and then we'll cut the video once we get to the point where the game starts limiting our choices.
Hey, look! Isn't that the guy who was looking for Haru in Omotesando?
You're right. Hey, you!
You!
Alright, we meet again, my friend. We've got a couple questions for you.
Frickin' brats.
Now you're looking here for Haru? Who the hell are you?
None of your business.
The hell you say? You're way too suspicious. Answer us. Why are you looking for Haru?
I know you're after that woman's power, too.
Her power?
Don't play dumb. Especially you. You thought I wouldn't realize what you really are? Sorry to say, but her power will be my master's. I won't let you have it.
Man, there's a lot I could ask here. Let's see if we can't get a more direct answer, though. See something that he doesn't think we're playing dumb about.
You fools. I won't fall for that trick. Remember this well. You and all other vulgar humans will burn in the holy flame.
Hey, wait, you son of a... Damn it. He got away.
Burn in the holy flame? What was he talking about?
I have a feeling that he might be talking about a specific demon.
A demon worshiper?
Now that everyone knows demons exist, there'll be more weird cults around. And the same goes for those doomsayers that predict the end of the world. A lot of people thought the world was going to end around the turn of the millennium. Some of them thought it would be their chance to create a new world. Either way, that type would be planning some pretty sketchy things.
Yeah, but the more important thing we need to be mindful of is that one of them is after Haru right now.
Yeah, well at least we know for sure that creep is after Haru, right? She's been a target for demons too. I think she's caught up in something dangerous.
That power of hers. It's not everyone who can summon demons with a sequencer. Most demon tamers, including us, need the altered comps.
I hate to say it, but I don't think we can figure this all out right now. Let's just be sure to tell Haru about this the next time we see her, okay?
Yeah, probably, given the trouble she's already been having, it'd probably help her to know what to look out for.
Yeah, she should, right? At the very least, she'll know to be careful.
Alright, now that event is not critical to see, but if you happen to see it, you'll update a certain cutscene later with additional information. There are a handful of events like that that will give you extra context or extra dialogue if you happen to know different things in the game. We'll look at one more event now. Let's talk to this other mystery woman here. As you pass through Kanda, you meet a woman sitting in a building's shadow.
Huh? That lady.
Atsuro approaches the woman.
Oh, is that you, Atsuro?
So it is you, Miss Mari! Long time no see.
It's sure been a while, Atsuro. How have you been?
Oh, I'm great! I'm so full of energy that I don't know what to do with it.
You haven't changed a bit.
Hey, Atsuro, come here. You know that lady?
Oh, yeah! Let me introduce you guys. This is Miss Mari. She tutored me in middle school.
I'm Mari Mochizuki. It's nice to meet you. I'm currently a nurse at an elementary school.
Huh? Oh, you graduated nursing school! Congratulations!
Leaving Atsuro to his high spirits, you and Yuzu introduce yourselves.
When is this blackout going to end? The water at my apartment has stopped running too.
I have a feeling it's gonna be a bit, Miss Mari.
I'm sure it is. The cause of it is still unclear, isn't it? People can bear with this for a day or so, but if it goes on, things will get out of hand. The weakest, children and the elderly will collapse, and violence will follow. If this was a natural disaster and people could see the tragedy, it'd be different.
What do you mean, different?
In times of disaster, civilization is maintained, but that isn't the case here. People are locked in, forced to endure this hardship. Eventually, they will snap. If even the electricity would come back, people could have some kind of daily lives. We'd be stuck in the Yamanote circle, but that'd be it. What is the government thinking?
Yeah, I really wish they'd actually give us some help. The relief aid they've given us has been subpar, to say the least.
This peace will only last for another day or so. After that, it's all going to collapse. If one riot starts, all the pent-up anger will break out. It's very dangerous. But if that does happen, I hope you can be rational. Please, remember that.
Alright, you too, Miss Mari. Keep yourself safe.
Even if I don't look it, I still work for the school. I have to try to set an example. Well, be careful, all of you.
Alright, but that's two people we've come across who are starting to feel a little bit of cynicism towards the situation, and I honestly can't blame them. They really just expect people to sit around with no electricity and no clear explanation of what exactly is going on. We don't even have an ETA on when this is going to be over. But that's just something we're going to have to think about on our own time. This is where we're going to be ending the video. When we come back in the next video, we'll see a couple of the events we missed, and then check out Shiba Park and the Akasaka Tunnel. As always, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Until then, though, goodbye.